Now, common wisdom tells you that one of the very last stages of finishing off a knife is putting an edge on it. Now, the reason is that when you're making a knife, you're going to be grabbing the blade a lot and manipulating it and doing things, and chances of chopping yourself with a sharp blade is quite high. So if you put the edge on right at the very end, chances of cutting yourself are reduced. Also, the chance of damaging the edge that you put on it are reduced. So common wisdom says sharpen the blade right at the end. I don't do common wisdom. What I'm doing is sharpening it now. What's at this stage? The reason is the system that I use is quite robust. It's quite movable, and I've found that if I put a handle on it before I sharpen it, I end up damaging the handle a little bit. So what I tend to do now is get the knife 90% sharp now, maybe 95%. Then once the handle's actually on, I might do the final finishing little touches. But what I'm doing is essentially using a sharpening stone and a guided system. Now this is set up around 19 degrees. It's a New Zealand made invention. It's called Scary Sharp. Essentially what it is a stone that's resting in a set position. I can change the position, 3 different positions. One is basically for chef knives, 2 is for general purpose hunting knives, position 3 right at the bottom there is for machetes or gorse choppers or similar sorts of things. I usually use this middle section and the top section. It locks the blade into position so it cannot move at all. So I sharpen one side, I flip it over, keeping it locked in the jaws. This jaw actually turns round. Sharpen the other side, that way it doesn't move and I don't lose the angle I'm sharpening at. I start really rough with a launching stone, and eventually I'll finish off with a really fine translucent Arkansas stone. You can also use diamonds. Diamonds are a really good idea. I don't have diamonds at the moment, but when these stones wear out, which they will do eventually, I might switch to diamonds because I can see how diamond stones have some benefits. Mainly, they never wear and they remove metal faster. And essentially that's what we're doing when we're sharpening a blade. We are removing metal. So the first thing I do, once I've got everything in position, is I lube up the stone with some isopropyl alcohol and turps. Then I fairly aggressively sharpen the blade. At a certain point, I start to feel a burr appear, and I can start to feel that. So I'll just show you how this works. Normally I'll take it farther, but it doesn't matter for the demonstration. So I flip it round the other side, lock it down, grab the stone again, and repeat. You can hear it's quite noisy. Don't know if you can hear me over that. The noise will change, the pitch essentially will change as the edge gets sharper and sharper and more refined. It's not so graunchy, it's a less rough noise, I guess. Anyway, I keep working at this stone until I'm satisfied with the edge. Then I flip it to this one, and then I've got another double-sided one, and then I finish with that single one, and then I'll steel it, strop it, and also cut it through some rough wood. basically I'm taking the wire edge off as I sharpen and profile, and then eventually it will have almost a mirror finish and it'll be sharp. And then of course I've got to be damn careful that I don't cut myself while I do the rest of the knife, but them's the breaks, eh? Them's the breaks. As you can see, as I sharpen, the stone gets covered in bits of metal, and the blade itself, you can see the metal forming up on the edge. So essentially we're just taking guff off. Now to stop your stone from getting gunged up, I'll clean it at this stage and then continue sharpening. Sort of roughly cleaned up, ready to go again. So we're still just working away on that blade. I'm up to the translucent black Arkansas stones now, and these give a very nice finish, and you can hear the sound difference from the sort of grunching noises it made at the start to the different sort of grunching noises it made at this point. And that's really the key difference, I guess, is the noise is the only thing you can kind of use to gauge that there's something different going on, unless you're having a good close look. And when you have a good close look, then you see that things are different. So I'll just flick it over again. So this shelf that I'm rotating holds the thing into something like 1/4,000th of an inch accuracy, so it doesn't really rotate once it's locked in. It's in there nicely and it's not going away anywhere. So here's a bit of noise you can hear as we just grunt away and remove a little bit more metal. The finer the stone, the harder the stone, the less metal you're taking away. See what that's like. I've got to do a couple of the knives today, so just give this clean off. Hang it back, and then we'll test how sharp we're getting this. So I've whipped the blade out and taken off the masking tape I had on there. I don't actually know if it's sharp or not yet. Still needs to be cleaned up. Okay, so yeah, I think it's safe to say that it's fairly sharp. We've still got some work to do, still got to be stropped and steeled and stuff, but yeah, does a good job.